I'm here with country singer and songwriter Dave Hartney.
Katie, thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for being here. You just released your debut single, Party Lights, on May 5th. So you must be so excited right now.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun, and last couple of weeks I've been out doing a radio tour, and I did the Western Provinces first, so I'm starting to get a few ads from the stations that I visited a few weeks ago, and so I'm kind of moving across the country. I was in the Maritimes and went to PEI for my first time. I've been doing like the tourist stuff along the way too, and this is actually the first time I've really got to hang out in Toronto for more than a few hours.
Well,
so
cool.
This has been fun.
Well, welcome to Toronto.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope you're enjoying the city and having a blast.
Beautiful day, and yeah, it's a beautiful city. I've seen pictures, of course, obviously, but seen a lot of the sights, you know, and it's so big, so it's great.
Well, happy to have you. Happy that you're here. How would you describe Party Lights? So
Party Lights is sort of like your typical new country kind of fun, upbeat summer song. And when I decided to record this one over some other songs, it was sort of, the idea was I wanted to come out with something that was really fun and I think showed off sort of some guitar playing and that's something that I thought people could just put on, you know, as they're going to their summer concerts and the festivals, and put it on in the campgrounds and the backyard barbecues, and that's kind of, I could sort of see all that in my mind when I heard the song, so I decided to come up with this one first.
Old school groove, playing when I walked in, drinks flowing, speakers buzzing, green grass at summer heat, summer girls in their bare feet, like a splash of cold water in the face.
what was it like hearing this song on the radio for the very first time?
It was cool. It was a station in Regina. I'll give me a little shout out, CKRM in Regina. My hometown station, one of them in Abbotsford, played it first, but I missed it. I didn't get to hear it.
Oh no.
And so on the first part of the tour, they told me, they said, you know, we're actually going to play this, you know, in about 15 minutes. So if you want to tune in. And so we were driving out of town and in the car, and I heard it on the radio, and it was cool. My dad's from Moose Jaw, and he listened to CKRM in Regina growing up. So it was kind of cool.
You write your own songs, and you actually take pride in your songwriting, except this song was actually written by writers in Nashville.
That's right.
And then pitched to you.
Yeah, so one of the things, I go to the CCMA, the Country Music Week, is a really fun event, and a lot of people know it just as going to the award show. They just see the televised award show, but it's a whole week of events, and one of the things that happens is that publishing companies come and pitch songs. So I got into a song pitch session with a company called Olé, and they pitched me the song by 3 really good writers in Nashville, and I heard it, I really liked it, and there's a few things that I thought, you know what, I could make this song just a little bit better for me.
Yeah.
And not to criticize anything that they wrote, but just there's a couple things that I thought I could improve upon for myself.
Well,
so
you want to make it your own, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, once the song's written, the writers are very set. Like, no, this is the way. And so I rewrote a few of the lines that I wanted to sing, and sent it to them.
Yeah.
And fortunately, they liked it. They thought it was some improvements, and so they let me cut it the way I wanted to do it, and that made me really excited to do it.
Yeah, you shine like the party lights, cool as the ice down, cup in your hand, salsa and dress, got my temperature rising, boots off 'cause you wanna dance, sitting here, stone cold sober, still you got me falling over, looking perfect in that string glow tonight, out there in the party lights.
How has playing the guitar helped influence your career as a country artist?
It's been one of the coolest things for me, because I've gotten to play some really big stages before I might have got to do it on my own as for my band or as a front person.
Right.
So I started off playing guitar for a really great female singer named Karen Lee Batten, and got to play, you know, the Nashville North stage at the Calgary Stampede.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I got to do that a couple times. So, you know, I'm thrown in on this really big stage we're playing, and you know, super big artists are coming in to headline. And I used to play guitar for a really great guy named Damian Marshall, and more recently, someone I'm sure your viewers might know, Jojo Mason.
Yep.
And Chris Bach is another guy I'm friends with. So people from the BC music scene. So it's fun if they need a guitar player. It's not something that I advertise myself as, but people know that I play. And so if they need someone else in their band for a weekend or for a show, a showcase, I've done a couple showcases with JoJo, and so I love that. So it just lets me, lets you meet other people, and sometimes those connections have led to, okay, and this guy's gonna produce the song, the next song, or a manager or a booking agent or whoever. It's just it's a great networking, a good reason to go out to play guitar with some other bands or maybe more established.
Well, you never know who you're gonna meet, right?
That's right.
Now, you were a student at the University of Saskatchewan.
That's right.
And when you were a student, you were actually able to see a young Dierks Bentley play at a local bar.
That's right.
And then a few years later, you actually opened for Dierks and hung out with him backstage.
Yeah, I have a great picture. I had a big beard at the time, and I have a great picture on my Facebook of him and I like hanging out, and it was cool that first I'll start with the bar story.
Okay.
So I was living in residence in the University of Saskatchewan.
All right. Shout out
to the US. U of S grad, go Huskies. And my dorm room was just down a hall and out a staircase and into the campus bar. Like it was actually part of the same building.
Seriously, so your residence was part of the bar?
It was basically part of the bar. It was all attached, connected with tunnels. You could actually get into it with in the underground tunnels.
How come I didn't go there?
I know. It's really convenient for going out. But I just got into school and I was into country music and I had some friends that were like, yeah, we're gonna go see this guy Dierks Bentley. He had one or two songs on the radio. He had What Was I Thinking, I think, and Come a Little Closer. And Dierks has always had a lot of Canadian sort of influence in his band and his music. Derek Rattan is a Canadian songwriter, and he wrote a couple of Dierks' early songs. And Dierks' first guitar player was from Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. So he always used to come up and tour around when he was first starting out. And he played Louis as the campus bar in Saskatoon for like 200-300 people. And I still have some great photos of that night. And then a couple years later, we were playing a festival, and we're playing on the bill, and Dierks is there. We're hanging out backstage with them, and I tell people the story that we had a little conversation. I just sort of like met him, and I didn't want to like.
Did you tell him that you saw him at the bar?
I did.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I totally told him that. You have something to talk about and say, hey Dierks, I saw you. But. Yeah, so I didn't want to bother him, and he was really nice with us. And then he went, and I was hanging out with a buddy, like, oh my God, we just chat with Dierks Bentley.
Yeah.
And then there was a bunch of girls backstage, and they were just like all over him to the point that it was making him uncomfortable. So he was kind of looking around, and then he caught our eyes, and like to get away from them, he like pretended like, I gotta go see those guys over there and chat with them. And then he came back and hung out with us basically to get away from the crazy fans.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
So that was kind of fun that he was acting like, oh yeah, I know those guys. Gotta go.
Like those are my buddies.
Those are our buddies.
I need
basically.
saving.
Yeah. So,
you saved Dierks Bentley.
We saved him from some wild fans.
Yeah.
It was a fun day.
Well, thank God for those fans.
I don't think they were happy, but it worked out.
It worked in your favor.
It worked for us. Yeah.
You've been touring Canada promoting the single since it came out on May 5th, and obviously you have your single. So what's next? What can we look forward to?
So I'm going to be sort of touring and promoting the single over the summer, and my hope is to have the next one out either in the fall or early in the new year. So this has been a really... this has been my first chance to go on a lot of these radio stations, say hi and meet people, and the reception has been awesome. I don't know what I thought it was going to be like when I first went out, but I was a little bit overwhelmed and thought, people aren't going to know who you are, and they're not going to maybe make much time for you or not be that interested in seeing you. And it's been so great. I mean, people in radio just treated me awesome, and most of us on the song I'm playing it, and so it's been a really I don't know, confidence builder, I would say, and almost inspired me to put out the next one and to do it even better and go bigger on the next one.
Can we expect an album from you?
So I'm gonna definitely do one more single before an album, and then my hope is to have an EP out in 2018. That's the plan.
That's the goal.
And I do have a bunch of songs that are recorded but I've got a couple more that I've written and been pitched that I really like and kind of really want to be the next one. So whenever I am, have sort of a group that I think, no, this is the 6 or 7 or 8 songs, that this is like the cohesive unit, and then I'll get that out to people.
Well, I can't wait.
Well, thank you.
And I'm very excited for your next single to come out.
Thank you, Katie.
I read in an article that you were super excited to go to your very first Jays game. And I mean, we are in Toronto, and I'm probably one of the biggest Jays fans out there. So have you gone and seen a game yet?
I'm going in about 15 minutes from now.
You're going tonight?
I'm going tonight.
Oh my God, that's so exciting.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for you.
Thanks. I watched every inning of the '92 World Series when I was a kid, when they won, of course, the first time. And same thing in '93 and Joe Carter and all that. And I actually brought with me to Toronto my first Jays jersey, the only Jays jersey that I bought when I was a kid. So I have an original. It's got the baby blue kind of logo, and I've had it for years and years, and it still fits. It was big when I was a kid, and now it kind of fits, just fits, and. Just got a brand new Jays cap, so I'm ready to go for tonight. I'm excited.
Oh, yay!
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's make this interesting. Since it is your first Jays game, and you are going tonight, who do you think is going to hit a home run for us?
Tulo Whiskey's back, right? I think
Yes.
he's back.
He's back.
So I'm going to go with him.
Tulo?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Tulowitzki,
Please.
you better be hitting a home run tonight. Yep. Well, thank you so much. Have a wonderful time at the Jays game.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your debut single.
Thank you very much.
It's awesome. I love it. And look for Dave Hartney. You'll be playing at Gone Country on July 12th.
July 22nd.
Oh, July 22nd.
Yeah, July 22nd for Gone Country.
Okay. And
Sunfest is
Sunfest in BC early August the first
4th.
weekend.
Yeah, first
in
weekend.
August.
Long weekend. Yeah.
So be sure to check out Dave Hartney and Party Lights. I'd like to give a shout out to Strut Entertainment for facilitating this interview. Thanks so much for watching the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, like it. If you want more interviews, subscribe. And don't forget, you can follow me on social media.